Alright, welcome to this Friday edition of Crypto Corner, everyone. Today we're talking about the Ripple co-founder dumping almost $200 million worth of XRP on the market. We're going to look at the price of Bitcoin as it corrects. Bitcoin is now at 115K as of right now, and the pullback is still ongoing. Everyone is worried if it's going to be crashing or anything like that. I'm going to open the charts. I'm going to look at that. We're going to talk about Ethereum, how it's outperforming Bitcoin right now, and a crucial level that it just hit in the price against Bitcoin, which is what I really care about. But I will open also the chart of Ethereum versus the dollar. So we're going to look at that, and I'm going to be talking about a brand new meme, Doge-themed meme coin that is about to explode. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, now let's get started. Well, first we're going to start with the headline that I'm seeing all over the media today. Everyone seems to be talking about it, and also on my Twitter feed. Ripple co-founder and executive chairman Chris Larsen has moved more than $50 million worth in XRP over the last week, just before the token set a record high. And everyone, of course, is talking about massive dumps that have been going on for years. People got really frustrated because during the previous bull run in 2020, XRP was massively underperforming. That's before the SEC court case. Of course, when the SEC hit them with the court case, that was really bad for the price and everything. But even before that, Ripple was underperforming because there were massive dumps every week. Ripple co-founders were dumping massive amounts of XRP to the market. They have millions, they have billions of tokens, maybe not billions anymore, but hundreds of millions of tokens, and this is proving it. Now we have $50 million worth in XRP dumped in just a few days. And in fact, here the Decrypt reports that he has made transactions totaling $175 million to 4 addresses since July 17th. So in less than 2 weeks, he's already dumped $175 million to exchanges. So definitely this is raising a lot of fears, a lot of concern. Here is a tweet from one of the guys I'm following. This is J.A. Martin on X. He says, Chris Larsen, Ripple co-founder, just dumped almost $200 million worth of XRP in the past 10 days. You still buying? You are the exit liquidity. He's dumping on you. And this is a really good point because, as I said, for many years, Ripple co-founders were dumping massive amounts of XRP to the market, so they were constantly providing more and more supply, and the price was not being able to move up, which was not good for the holders. The true XRP community, the XRP army, the holders, were the ones that were taking a beating, and they still do with this latest move. So the question is, if you are going to be investing in any coin for profit, would you really do XRP? And I mean, with these kind of massive dumps that we are seeing that are starting to become again a reality, and maybe they will be more frequent in the future, do you really want to be holding XRP? I would argue, I mean, for me, I don't want to be holding XRP. What I'm doing is I'm holding Stellar Lumens, which is moving always hand in hand with XRP. Every time XRP moves, we see that XLM, Stellar Lumens, is also pumping. So if you are not a big fan of Ripple, then you might actually want to consider Stellar instead, which is very similar tech, very similar fundamentals. Everything is almost the same, and it moves at the same time as XRP, but we don't really see these massive dumps in XLM that we see in XRP. And also there's so many other tokens that you can get right now, and you can make even bigger gains, much bigger gains. In fact, I just found one. I've got a gem that's about to blow up. It's called Doge Inno, and guess what? Elon Musk just followed it on X. Yeah, so this is their X account. Doge Inno is of course a meme coin, and we know Elon Musk is a big fan of Doge coins, big fan of Dogecoin. However, he doesn't follow every other meme that comes around with there's many Doge themed memes. He doesn't really follow them. Now look here, we go to followers, if you don't believe me, and followers, you know, because I am following Elon Musk. A few actually of people that I'm following are also following Doge Inno. Of course, most famous and most important of all of them is Elon Musk himself. And yes, we can also go on his profile just to make sure that we've got the right Elon Musk. So we can see here the blue check mark and everything. So yes, Elon Musk himself, the world's richest man, is following. What I'm saying is that with the support of the world's richest man, I have no doubt the pumps are coming. Here is their official website. You can go on their website, you can still buy some of these tokens, and the tokenomics are here as well, how to buy, everything that you need to know. I will just quickly show you when you go to how to buy, just so you know, you only have 5 days left to jump into this at pre-sale prices before they hit exchanges, before the launch, before the price shoots up. And also what I like about this pre-launch here is that the ICO didn't have any VCs, there were no whales, just pure 1000x community. Everything is transparent, easy to ape in. We get in early, we make a killing. Remember this? Remember Doge or Shiba? They all started just like this. These charts are no lie. We are early, and that's our edge. And I think I caught this one really early, so I'm rushing to place it to your radar before anyone else. So don't sleep on it. This is not just any meme. This one has momentum, attention, and Elon in its corner, so that's already way more than 99% of the new memes. Its community is all pumped and ready to send it sky high. So, is this the Doge 2.0? The next Shiba? You decide. And early entry here could mean life-changing gains. Tap the link in the description and follow their X and their Telegram. Try to get a bag before the exchange listings hit and thank me later. Don't fade this one, just hold on tight and enjoy the ride. Links are in the description for you. Now let's open the charts. Let's first start with Bitcoin. Alright, and I'm starting with the 1 hour chart on Bitcoin. First, we're looking at the very short term. We see that this pullback actually looks, in the short term, on the 1 hour chart, it looks quite ugly. Let me just zoom in here. It is quite a massive dump here, I must admit. And this was actually to be expected. I think last time I was drawing these Fibonacci levels here, and I was talking about, you know, a possible pullback because we did print an all-time high, and usually after an all-time high, we make a pullback, we test support, we need to establish support. So right now, it looks like the 0.50 Fibonacci level, which is often a level where we bounce from, is holding us. I mean, we touched it and very briefly actually went slightly below that level, but more or less we are bouncing already. So this is good news. Now, typically, this bounce is indicating that we are continuing the momentum. We haven't lost a momentum. In fact, we also have the 0.618, the golden Fibonacci level here below us, sitting at 113,000 right now. This is usually the level where if we want to keep that momentum, we should not be breaking below that level. So if we don't hold this level now and, you know, in the next day or two or something, we make a drop from that level, we have to hold the 113K, the golden Fibonacci level, because breaking below that will actually indicate a loss of momentum. Therefore, we could actually turn the trend and we can go into a bearish trend. Not a bear market by any means. I'm talking about corrections here. I'm not talking about flipping the whole cycle or anything like that. But during this cycle, we do have a mini trends, and right now we are having a pullback that could turn into a mini bear trend, and it could last for a few weeks, it could even last for a month or two. But the key thing to watch out for is this golden pocket here, the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is at 113K. Holding this level would mean that we continue the momentum and we can be printing new highs. This is very important. So this is really the crucial level that everyone is watching right now. I personally feel that this bounce today is very optimistic, but with the weekend coming up, we do have lower volumes and we are open to manipulation, so we have to still be wary about where this can take us, whether the weekend could actually be used by market manipulators to push the price down even lower, or are we actually going to have a mini pump here during the weekend, and then next week we actually see the push down to actually go and retest this support of the 618.618 Fibonacci level. So both of these scenarios are possible. Right now, I can't even tell you which is the most likely scenario because they are both equally likely at this point. What I'm seeing here, okay, the 1 hour is not really going to show us that, but let's go on the daily and see what the daily, this is the slightly longer term, right? The stochastic RSI is already getting into the oversold region, indicating that a bounce on the upside is to be expected. We are seeing it already, but I'm talking about a bigger bounce than that. The simple RSI is still kind of in the mid-range. It's coming out of an overbought region. It's kind of neutral right now, so it's not really giving us much of indication of what to do. But the CM Williams indicator, which is marking local bottoms, is having a somewhat of a bottom here. It's marked. And it's not a very big line. Typically, you see these massive green lines. They're green here, but they're actually coinciding with a drop in the price. So it's the performance of Bitcoin is in the red when we see these massive green lines here. And that's the thing with this indicator. You cannot really know whether today is the absolute bottom and we should be buying this. And, you know, from that point we start a recovery, because sometimes you get this and it's they're going on for a few days. Then you actually have a break. Sometimes you actually have a few days of maybe more than a week, 2 weeks or whatever of bullish price action. And then we see another drop where we see these massive green lines. So typically, if you are not day trading, if you're not doing short-term trading, but you are positioning for the long term, then any of these green lines is a good entry, because this is marking a local bottom, and after that we usually see pumps. And I'm going to mark them here so that we can see what is the performance exactly and compare. So we have green lines here, we have green lines here, and there are a few of them. We're just going to have a look now at what was the price action during this indicator marking local bottoms. So how does that compare? Well, as you see here, we had a few green lines, so that means that buying here was a good idea. Now, did we go lower? Yes, we did, and we did print another the biggest green line actually was here on that massive sell-off here. So again, a bottom. If you are DCAing, if you are buying, you know, in different portions at different times, you know, throughout a big period of time, and you are doing this for the long term, then any of these is a very good entry for you, because these are small differences in price. They're usually 1, 2, 3% difference in price, not a big difference by any means. But as you can see, every time we had this indicator printing these big green lines, we are actually having local bottoms. And today, it seems to be one of those. Now, again, it doesn't mean that we can't go lower. It doesn't mean that we cannot print a bigger green line than this on that indicator. So if I'm buying here, I would be opening a position with some of my capital, and I will be laddering my positions, and I will keep some capital for a possible drop to the 0.618 Fibonacci level, which is at 113K. And I'm not trying to catch the absolute bottom. This is never a good idea anyway. But, you know, buying when I see that local bottoms are forming is a good idea, because after that, as we start the recovery, we will be going much higher than these prices. So it is a good entry. Now let's take a look at Ethereum, because Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin big time right now. As Bitcoin is correcting and it's down, what is today, Bitcoin is down almost 2%. Ethereum is up, well, 0.36%. It's not a big percentage, but against Bitcoin, Ethereum is up 2.30%, which is quite impressive, because for the last 2 years, Ethereum was not doing anything like that. Ethereum was greatly underperforming with Bitcoin. But Ethereum was printing this bullish pattern here, which I think I was drawing last time when I did the video. And or if I didn't, at least I posted this on my Twitter, because this is a bullish pattern and it was indicating a break on the upside, which actually came. And this is a very textbook scenario here. We had a break up, and then we had a drop to retest the support, to come down here, see if the support will hold us. We broke very briefly below it, but as you saw, we climbed back above it. So in actuality, this support is still holding. It's shaky, it's not a very strong support, but it is holding for now. And right now, if Bitcoin doesn't do anything stupid like a big dump of 5, 6, 7%, where everyone is gonna get scared and start exiting, if Bitcoin just maintains where it is right now or starts the recovery, which I'm expecting, then Ethereum will be flying higher. On the daily, what we are seeing is, well, I'm not really liking this candle. Right now it looks like a hammer, but of course it's still too early. We haven't completed the day, so I'm not going to be judging this candle before we have finished the day. However, this is the simple RSI, and as you see, it's in the overbought region, which is not good news. Overbought region means that we are due a correction. We are due a pullback. So it's possible that we are going to see kind of a deeper pullback from Ether. Maybe it's going to get back into that range. I wouldn't be surprised if Ethereum actually gets back here into this pattern here, into this channel, and just stays within this channel for a little longer, because for me, this breakout that we saw is still not a very strong one. I'm not really seeing big volumes kicking in as we are breaking up. And you want to see the volume, because without the volume, this is an unsustained move. So it could actually be just a fake out. I mean, an attempt of a breakout that failed, because now we're looking at the 4-hour chart, so we are in the shorter term. So we could still drop here back into this channel and just have this as a fake out. It's a possibility that I wanted you to know about. Now let's have a look at Ethereum versus Bitcoin, because this is really the chart that I care about. And last time I told you this is a level that is crucial, and we have to break this level because it's an important resistance. This is the 0.3204 level. This is currently the level that we are challenging, and so far we are, I mean, it's early to say, but we are kind of failing to break above this level. So it's possible that from here, instead of continuing outperforming Bitcoin, we might actually make a pullback. We could actually come here, retest support, retest this 50th moving average, the orange line, which, as you see, it's coming around here. So over the next few hours and days, I'm expecting that as we come to retest, we will be coming around here. This is a level where that moving average is going to be hitting. So it's possible that we drop to the 0.309 level in Bitcoin value. But this is still really good, guys, because Ethereum is definitely on the move up and against Bitcoin, which is all I care about. So this is what I'm expecting from Ethereum. These are the levels that I'm watching closely. I hope this is helpful, guys. And before I leave you guys, a quick reminder to always keep your coins in your own self-custodial storage. I travel right now, I'm in Buenos Aires, and I travel with all of these cold wallets. I have here OneKey Pro, I have OneKey Classic, I have Tangem, I have Bitbox, this is the Tangem Ring as well. There are all kinds of wallets, they come in all kinds of shapes and sizes and everything, so you have plenty to choose from. I have a free PDF where you can see all of the reviews that I've done over the years from all of the different brands and everything. I've reviewed all of the top wallets currently on the market. So you can go through that PDF, download it. The link is in the description below, or you can scan this QR code as well and download this free ebook and just go through the reviews. Pick the one that seems to be right for you. It doesn't matter which one. My personal preference right now is for OneKey Pro, but I also like the OneKey Classic. I like the Tangem. I mean, all of the wallets right now are really secure and everything. So it really comes down to price and size and format, whichever you like. It's up to you. But definitely, guys, make sure that even if you hold just $1,000 in crypto, put it in a cold wallet, self-custodial cold wallet, because Custodial wallets have the right to freeze your account. They can force you to go through all kinds of identification and proof of ownership and proof of purchase and all of these things, and make it difficult for you. I know people, I have customers who actually use my services to help them with these things. So I know a lot of terrible stories that happen to people with even Coinbase, you know, such a big wallet provider. They can freeze your account for months and months. One of my actually clients is still dealing with them after a year, and he cannot get access to his accounts because they're frozen. So definitely, guys, make sure to keep your coins in a cold wallet, not to mention all the hacks. I mean, many people are keeping their coins on exchanges, but if you're not trading these coins this week or next week, then move them out of the exchange, put them in your cold wallet, and then when you need to trade them again, bring them back in. The fees are not that high. You better pay, you know, $1 or $2 fee for the transfer than just risking your coins getting stolen from a hack or anything like that. So this is everything. Thanks for staying until the end of the video. And while you're here, just pick another one and I'm gonna see you there.